I think if I see his maybe 2 spam combos, I think we'll be fine then. I don't know why Eve is back towards the enemy. Blue attack. No, no. Okay. Yep, this is why I said that it was gonna take probably the longest amount of time to beat this guy. Because we can plus one more well, I think most capitals. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, you can buy an unlimited amount of these here. Interesting. Boy. can you do fucking attacks that I have seen before? What the fuck? Jesus Christ, I'm never gonna learn that. Stop that fucking attack, man. Fuck. What are you doing, dumbass?
I found a way! There's a hacking code on
I'm not gonna relax yet. This does not mean that I'm gonna be able to do it, by the way. I have no idea if I have enough damage.
Lily! Hide yourself!
Yeah, get the fuck out of here. I wanna get the fuck out of here too, to be honest.
Now, there's nothing stopping us.
Us? Why is she talking in plural? How much time do I have for this? 2 minutes? Fuck me. And he's got a shield too, are you fucking kidding me? Okay, I'm just gonna spam the most OP shit possible. I think that's the only way we're gonna do this. And even then it's gonna be cutting close. If even doable. No way I'm gonna be able to do this actually. This is really bad. No, I can't do it. What happens when the time feels? No, I can't do it. I literally cannot do it. Nah. Can I change gears here? Okay. I'm just gonna spam only this attack this entire time. And my damage might just barely be enough. Literally nothing else. Oh my god, how thrilling gameplay. Okay, now that we are really close, can't fuck up anymore. Okay, now I can take it easy. Fine, you did. Oh, holy fucking hell. Is it too early to talk? I think so. Okay, I'm gonna say I can't, from the top of my head, I cannot think of a harder single boss fight that I have done in the last 3 years
Eve!
than fighting that fucker right
Are you
there.
alright?
Eve! I thought I'd be left alone.
Why is she so blue? She's like lifeless almost with how blue she is.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm still not used to the new look. Still, I'll get used to it one day, right?
Yes, Lily. I'm sure you will.
Too many things happened today.
No, I can say the damn same thing.
Yes. And even more awaits us. Let's return to the tetrapod.
Wait. Holy fucking hell! Oh shit. I didn't break something. Wow. Holy fuck. Honestly, I cannot think of a... Okay, I'm gonna talk about that in the credits. Whatever.
Starlight. Twinkling, reflecting on satellites. Predicting the future. It's like trying to find one single star in the endless sky.
Now we have
I
this
serve the
Dogged
future of
Believer.
mankind. Though whether that future would embrace me, I cannot
Also,
say.
I think she just metaphorically said that
But
foreseeing the
for
future
sake
is
of
like
Father,
forcing a single
I
star in the
refuse to
sky
give
that
up.
can make a difference, I suppose. Maybe that's what I got from it anyway.
the one who gave birth to me, taught me,
Also,
the
this
one who's no more.
is probably not her resignation, she's just being dramatic.
Yes. I must confirm if you are, in fact, that future.
Mother. Sphere?
Nice to meet you, Eve and Lily. You have more than met my expectations. The final decision was a bit disappointing, yes. But thank you.
What are you talking about?
This concludes the Eve Protocol.
I think the reason as to why she says that is because, I mean, she wanted to create an actual, like, you know, organic human in terms of like their emotional state, you know, their morals and their culture and their norms and, you know, social skills and their behavior and all of that. And all of that is in Eve, in our
farewell.
Eve prototype. And because we fused with the Elder Knight Eva now with
Wait,
one of the
we have
last
questions.
humans and obviously Mother Sphere's creator, then she feels like this concludes Eve protocol because we have detained the Elder Knight Eva. Is this what the detained Elder Knight Eva is? Is this what she had in mind all along, maybe? Though I still have to say that Raphael Marx as well as Mother Sphere, they had no communication between each other because of Demon Gorgon's interference.
Oh,
So
no.
it's not like Raphael Marx was able to just tell Mother Sphere that, you know, there is this other fusion path that can be also considered, you know?
There's too many Eve!
Lily, stay back.
Look, they don't come from the same liquid as our E prototype does. And they are also only wearing skin suits for most part. The 8th
So this
Diving
is
squadron.
your plan. Then I'll gladly play my part. Now, come, my comrades.
think I have to exactly do anything. I think this is just... Guys? Stop. Is it bullying? Wait, can I lock? I just noticed I can't lock onto them. No wonder I was so confused. Also, my hold combos don't seem to be working. I don't wonder why. Yep. Yeah, this is one of my favorite soundtracks from this game as well this year. Very memorable to say the least. Oh shit. Okay, I can talk about Providence now. Honestly, I think even if I was fully alert and not tired, I think honestly Providence is probably on this playthrough with the base damage run new game plus hard mode was probably the hardest boss that I have killed in the last 2 years. But there are a couple exceptions to that though. Like Sigron on my first playthrough in the 2018 God of War. That one is definitely harder than this one, but how long time is that? Like that was maybe about exactly 2 or so years when I did that. And Millennia from Elden Ring took me like, what, maybe 6 hours on first playthrough? And that was just killing her normally, by the way, not even like any challenging or anything, any challenges. And then when I parry only killed her, now that took me, I don't know, like 15 hours or something. Wow. Why is Providence that fucking tanky, by the way? Like, Providence was so unbelievably fucking tanky in that fight, it literally, like, shunned all of the other competition completely. When it came to, like, damage taken. That's absolutely insane. Like, Raven was taking, like, twice the amount of damage Providence was. So was unidentified Nightdiva. Like, that's ridiculous. Absolute fucking chonk boy, what the fuck? But yeah. Wow. Now, if I wasn't so tired and if I didn't spend so long time on those 2 fights, I would be able to, you know, give some more of my thoughts about this game, I guess. I mean, I already said what I wanted to say about Mother Sphere there earlier, so I don't need to, like, elaborate further from there. There's not exactly anything I want to add to that. Or maybe, actually, this concludes the Eve protocol. I already debunked the idea that, like, she was in communication with the Elder Nightdiva, and that's the reason as to why she, why maybe Mother Sphere or the operator at the start of the game saying that detain or eliminate the Elder Nightdiva is the mission. Maybe detaining the Elder Nightdiva was the fusion path. And also, what Mother Sphere said about the twinkling starlight, I took that, what she said there, I took that as a metaphor for, like, you know, a space is like an endless void filled with stars, obviously. So there's basically a massive area of something that has a massive quantity of the same samey objects. So I took that metaphor as like a, you know, there's like, you know, predicting the future is like seeing like some exceptional talent or moments possibly that are just not exactly like foreseeable, you know, because of how rare they are amongst like all of the other like commotion, I guess you could say. And she was referencing our Eve there, like when we were able to detain the Alpha Knight Tiba and through the fusion path nonetheless. I think that's what that was. You finished it? Yeah. That Providence fight, new game plus hard mode with the base damage. That was the only single fight in the entire 2 playthroughs combined on this save where I actually had to optimize some of my setup. Literally no other fight made me do that. That was so unbelievably, ludicrously fucking unfair fight with my stats. Absolutely disgusting. It's probably top 3 on the hardest boss fights that I have done in the past few years or so. Was that? Only perhaps second to first playthrough Sikron from 2018 God of War on Give Me God of War difficulty. That took me 2 days. It took me, I think, 7 hours from the first evening, and then it took me 6 hours from the next morning. Yeah, that's one that I easily consider harder than this one. And that's just that normally, by the way. I mean, yeah, the difficulty is the highest it can possibly be, but like, you know, I wasn't like restricting my damage output to anything silly, you know? Like I did here with this playthrough and the previous one. But yeah, Providence, holy fuck, man. Why does Providence do so much fucking damage? Every single other boss like 3-shot me at best. Providence literally 2-slaps me with almost any attack. And then it's also twice as tanky as Raven and unidentified Knight Tiba. Like, what the fuck is that? That's fucking ridiculous. It is absolutely hideous. And the one thing that kept this fight, I would say, significantly more fucking annoying, or should I say, very arbitrarily challenging compared to something like Raven or unidentified Knight Tiba, was the fucking projectiles. The projectiles in this fight are just like half of them are just half of them are straight up deceiving, and the other half is ambiguous at best. So like actually just dodging those projectiles that literally take half your HP when a single one of them hits, if not more than half your HP. That on top of spending like 15 minutes each attempt fighting that fucking thing. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Guess if I'm gonna do that again on PC when the game comes on PC. Probably. I mean, apart from some really big outliers, mainly just, I mean, I guess I would be disingenuous if I said that Raven also didn't cause problems on this playthrough. I didn't expect Raven to be a problem, but I think the only reason she was a problem was because I was already tired when I continued this session. And now I'm like, what, 9 fucking hours in? What the fuck? That's insane. How the hell am I 9 hours in and I still was able to play normally? What the fuck? Well, somewhat normally. That's insane. Imagine having to perform 15 minutes at a time without taking a single second off the fucking screen for 9 hours. Yeah. That's fucking ridiculous. And I don't recommend it. I'm just fucking obstinate as fuck. I very highly don't recommend doing what I do. Or what I did. Just take breaks. It's so nice. Wow. I don't know. Am I gonna conclude the entire story of Stellar Blade here? I've said it before though, so like I would just be repeating what I've already said though. I guess I could conclude about maybe the game compared to something, okay? So, to me, Stellar Blade feels like... I mean, technically it's a AAA game, right? It's funded by Sony and published by Sony, you know? But Shift Up is not a AAA studio, by any means. Like, they are like somewhere between like AA and like indie, somewhere like their area. But they got the budget for a AAA game, right? And for me, I've always said this when I played this game now, but like Stellar Blade does not feel like a AAA game to me. Like, this is not a AAA game. This is a very, very good AA game. That's what this is. Like, there is a whole lot of finesse and possible substance and missed opportunities in this game, and weak representation of some, well, most characters and NPCs, even important characters. It's just not done correct. Like, I hate it about this game. Like, don't get me wrong, like, I really love this game, I do. But like, if they got like half a year more development time to flesh out this game, holy smokes, that would have been amazing, wouldn't it? Wow. Imagine all of the NPCs actually had like more dialogue when you do like their quest lines, for example. You do like a certain part of their quest line, you get to like know the characters a bit more, you have like some dialogue options to ask stuff maybe. You have like, you know, when you finish their quest line, they are able to do something for you, something interesting, worthwhile, that adds more richness and substance to the game. Like Enya, for example, like when she learned her song of Beyond Fate for the last gulp in Zion, why don't the devs just add a reason for us to actually visit the last gulp and actually hear her sing? And maybe they could also designed her past in a way where she was able to sing multiple songs, and you could talk to her and just maybe switch the song that she sings, for example, and then once again there would be like a reason to go to like the last gulp, so that you could actually have a reason to listen to her sing, you know, while there's like a mini game there or maybe a shop there or something. Just something that adds like extrinsic substance to the game. Something that just, even if you don't like the game or something, the game is like so like comforting and so like wholesome that it just oozes like that like feeling like it was made with love, you know? Like that is something that this game lacks. And that is the thing that I'm disappointed at. Like, wouldn't that have been, like, that's just one of many examples that I came up with, you know? But like, all of the NPCs in this game, the exact same thing. Like, I'm gonna take another example. Like, let's say Kasim, for example. Like, Kasim is the hairdresser, but whenever they made the update that you can swap the hair on the fly, like, anywhere, what is the reason to ever go talk to Kasim? Like, you literally visit his shop when you do his questline, and then after that, nothing. Like, he has a daughter that, you know, died somewhere in the past, and he's obviously, like, you know, he's gotten, like, past the feelings there and, you know, the sadness. But, like, imagine you got some more, like, snippets of dialogue from him that just enriches your experience of just playing the game. It just makes you love the game even more, you know? Just another example of that, you know? Like, there's such an unfortunate amount of that. Yeah, Lyle is also incredibly unused. Like, Lyle, after his quest on an Arene, they literally do not say or do anything new the entire game. Like, they literally have one line and that's it. Like, what the fuck? Like, that is so disappointing. Light could have had at least one more quest. Yeah, that's just putting it very mildly. And the thing is, they could have easily crammed stuff like this if they just got like few months more like design time. Okay, maybe not few months, but like, let's say like half a year if they delayed the game and just polished some stuff. Like, they could have added so much more enriching content into the game, you know? That just makes you just enjoy your existence in when you play it. You know? And when a game has that much extrinsic value in it, like, the substance that the game oozes out of it to the player, like, that just makes you not want to leave the game, you know? Like, that just gives you the kind of feeling that, like, you know, this game feels like home almost, you know? It just feels like something that you just play for comfort whenever you just feel like it, you know? Because it's just that, like, enjoyable, you know? It's that charming. And this game tries to do some stuff for that, then it just, like, drops the bucket, you know? I hate that. That's one of the many things that they're probably gonna do better for Stellar Blade 2. I mean, how I see this game is, I see this game as like 2018 God of War. Like 2018 God of War, if you have any idea how that game plays, like, there is a lot of like fundamentals in that game that are done incredibly well, but then there is stuff like enemy variety, boss variety, and like, you know, build variety on the character. Like, that stuff is all kind of like meh, you know, quite uninteresting. But the fundamental basis in that game, the story, the NPCs, the dialogue, the screenwriting, the presentation of everything in that game, and the combat is done so well that in that game, as one example, it doesn't really matter like what you exactly do or fight in that game, because it's just that well executed. Just fighting anything in that game is so fun that it literally doesn't matter what you fight, you know? Because the execution is that good, right? But then for like the for God of War Ragnarok, if you have played that game, like, they added so much enemy variety, they added more build variety, they added more like expressions on playstyle, they added a whole new weapon as well, and that's just like, you know, so many like different bosses that are just so like different from each other, exciting to like see in the game and whatnot. Like, they basically did everything that the first game did, but just improved on it, essentially. And that's how I see this game working, because they have a very good basis here. They have good basis for combat, they have good basis for like, you know, screenplay action, they have good basis for like soundtrack, they have good basis for like action presentation in the scenes, and all of that is done well in this game. So when they do the sequel for this game, they have to spend less time doing what they have already done good, and they can focus on like the weaker parts of the first game, right? So they can literally just make the sequel just better in every aspect, you know? While we're on this topic, what do you think Stellar Blade 2 would be like? I mean, I literally just said it. I mean, that's what I hope for the sequel anyway. But like, what I expect for Stellar Blade 2, I'm expecting them to continue very shortly from the moment this game stops at. So what we're about to see here after the end credits. If you have seen that scene, obviously. Where Eve steps back on Zion in her fusion form and becomes, you know, the bastion of humanity for the city, you know? I think the game is, the Stellar Blade 2 is gonna start somewhere very close to that. I don't see a reason for this story to, like, first of all, try to be a standalone second game. Like, the characters that they have built up here are, I feel like, too important for people's, like, commitment. Like, I feel like people would be, like, way too disheartened if, like, Lily and especially Eve were not in the next game. So, yeah. I think the game is gonna continue somewhere very nearby this. And it's probably gonna take place, like, in split areas. It's probably gonna be, like, maybe half of the game is gonna be spent on Earth, and then the other half of the game is gonna be spent in Mother Sphere's colony. And the most exciting part, possibly, is we are gonna be probably fighting Naitibas, Androidos androids, or Androidos droids, as well as angels from Mother Sphere, because Mother Sphere now sees our Eve as a vigilante, basically. So she's basically just gonna send out squadrons of airborne, of her, like, you know, airborne squadron angels. And our Eve and Lily have to just, you know, survive and take care of them whenever they come and, you know, attack anything or just whatever. So it's gonna be like, what we fight is gonna be very exciting in the next game, I bet. They have even more expression that they can show. And also, they hinted that Naitibas were possibly, you know, accustomed to, like, diving underwater at that point. So it's not exactly off the mark to think that there might be even underwater combat in the next game. You know, seeing as, like, Naitibas have, like, gotten used to diving and water, because Lily says in, like, next to her atelier in Eidos 9, she says that, like, the Naitibas have somehow gotten used to water, you know? So that would be also an exciting thing to see. Some kind of water, underwater area levels, you know? And if anything, I mean, anything but desert. That would be nice to see. Mother Sphere's colony, obviously anything but fucking desert, like a forest. Foresty area, full snowy area. You know, stuff like that. Just something that is very strongly in contrast to this. Also, these credits take fucking eternity. These are one of the longest credits that I have ever seen in one of these games I played. Where these are like 20-something minute credits at least. I'm not in the habit of skipping credits for games that I stream though, so I'm not gonna do it now either. You know, I used to like rush games, or not rush games, but I used to rush like Souls games really damn fast, like back in the day. Like I used to play like through Dark Souls 3 in like 7 hours, 100%, pick up all items, kill every enemy in the game, do literally everything that the game has to offer in as fast time as pretty much possible, without speedrunning. I used to do that so much because of different builds for like PvP, you know? So you had to have like a meta level character and like all of the items and everything you could possibly need. So I did that a whole lot in Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3 especially. And Bloodborne as well. But you know, I play the game for a different reason now. Or I play most games for a different reason. I don't play the games to rush through the content just because I feel like the horizon, like after the journey, is the thing that I want, you know? Because the journeys in these games is what matters. That's something I actually noticed a lot when I was playing Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3 as well. That even though I was making so many builds at the time for PvP, and I thought the PvP was always the exciting part, but the thing that kept me always like making those new builds is like I almost wanted to give myself an excuse to try something new just because I wanted to play the game again. And literally no other reason. Like it's like I hardly even acknowledged it to myself, but I subconsciously felt that way. And then obviously with these games, I mean, there's no PvP, there's no online in these games, obviously, so the journey is the only thing that matters. So there's no point like rushing to the end and not savoring it, right?
In the midst of all that's cruel, there's a light when the truth to all we know heaven.
That's bright. Okay, now it's really bright. Holy fuck. HDR flashbang. Notice the drone is not with us. I really like the posture and the face that Eve gives there at the end. It tells a lot of her character's conviction there at the end. Like she's not making like a mean or angry face by any means. What she's basically giving there with her posture and her like facial expression is compassion. That's what she feels there. That's what she wants to show. Love that. Oh yeah, also, I said this on the second playthrough when I did the secret ending, but you know, once again, Mother Sphere's lies and, well, the intent behind those lies was that the saving of humankind, or the salvation of humankind, was in the Eve protocol. But, I mean, it never really was, because she wanted to eradicate the Naivas, right? And then after the Naivas were eradicated, then the Androidos members would be also saved from Earth if they were still surviving after that. Like, that was her human salvation. Human salvation from her was only for her own people, only for her own creations. But our Eve, because of the very strong, compassionate nature and good morals that she has, and very inhumane way of thinking that she aspires to have and has in this game, allowed her to make decisions that save both the humankinds, both the Naivas, the ancestral humans, as well as Androidos. So they are both still able to live in the same harmony that Raphael Marx wanted originally. Not to mention he's vicariously living through Eve at this point. So yeah, Mother Sphere may have lied what the consequences of saving humankind was, but because our Eve is so good, she made it actually a reality. Quite poetic. And just look at this. Wait, what? I have less hours on this save than this save. Yeah, this was my first New Game Plus save. Here I have everything leveled normally. Normal damage output, everything. Well, I mean, I did not optimize my melee damage, but I leveled my Lord Edge, Eve's main sword. While here on this playthrough that you just saw, absolute piss damage. But yeah, wait, I completely forgot that the soundtrack on the main menu also changes the Enya's song here. Beyond Fate. Oh my god, that's actually... Dude, the poems do not end. What is this? You know what? Beyond Fate is what also fits for Eve as well. Because she's also currently beyond her own fate. The destiny that Mother Sphere and Raphael Marx wanted for her. She's paving a way for a new future right now. An uncertain future. So this Beyond Fate actually playing on the background, that's actually very well thought out. The message actually fits literally perfectly. I love when games do stuff like that, correct? Anyway, I'm definitely gonna go now. I'm way too fucking tired. A theater mode would be nice for the next game. What do you mean theater mode? What is a theater mode? Theater mode would be all the cutscenes. Ah, you mean like a... like game in review. Ah, I see. I mean... I think I have somewhat recently played a game that actually did that, but I don't remember what game it was. It's not a very common thing that games do, though. Like being able to like review the cutscenes that you have seen before. It's quite a rare thing to see. Well, in the games I have played, it's been very uncommon. Okay, but seriously though? Oh wait, actually, you know what? One thing. There is one thing I could show actually before I go. Okay, so how do I do this without fucking up too badly? Okay, that works. This is my current list of the last like 4 year or whatever, like worthy enough games that I have recently played, and I have listed them all about like this. And look where Stellar Blades. Right after Lies of P on the best games I've ever played list. But I don't think it's better than Lies of P. I'm just gonna say no. I think it's exactly placed where it needs to be. Although Armored Core 6 is fucking amazing. Like, that's very close competition, you know? If you have played Armored Core 6, oh boy. That game is really, really fucking good too. And Elden Ring, I mean, it gets exhausting in this game. Open world game, I don't know why. And, I mean, From Software's success, putting a Souls-like, one of their Souls-like games in an open world format, sure. But replaying that game is fucking exhausting. It takes way too fucking long to, like, do a new character or a new playthrough in that game. That's, like, one of the biggest cons of the game. But if we go only by, like, you know, the impressive content the game has, it's quite literally just as good as any of the other From Software newer games, like, you know. But it's just the open world aspect that just sucks the enjoyment, you know? Oh yeah, Forspoken I played actually recently once again, or fully new. Like, Forspoken is like shat on, or was shat on by quite literally everybody, including even myself. But then I went back to the back into the game with a high refresh rate experience, HDR and 1440p, and yeah, the game plays amazing with you know, some frame generation on native. And it's actually the best high refresh rate frame gen experience that I've ever had in any game. Like, easily. There's so much aiming in the game, and there's so many benefits for having that high frame rate in that game. It just makes it a joy to play. And then obviously the spellcasting combat in that game is absolutely unmatched. Such a weird thing to have it even rated anywhere near. Such a surprise. Oh yeah, and Ghost of Tsushima also does not deserve to be this low. Ghost of Tsushima is better than this. The reason as to why I have this game here is just because the PS4 version of the game that I played originally. Like, playing this game on 30 FPS on an original PS4 with unstable FPS in like the big battle scenes and whatnot. Fucking horrible to play. It ignores your button presses so frequently, and the frame rate sometimes goes to like 50s or something like absolutely ridiculous at times. I think Ghost of Tsushima is probably gonna move, I would say. It's either gonna top the great game list, or it's gonna be at the very bottom of the... Yeah, I think so. Also, Banisher's Ghost of New Eden is something that I also thought of maybe... But, like the thing with that game is that the combat is incredibly inconvenient. Like, if you think that when I say how, like, combat is, like, clunky or, like, magnetic in, like, Stellar Blade, how it feels like a lot of it... a lot of the combat feels like there's not enough player urgency in it, right? Well, if you compare Stellar Blade's player urgency to this game, it barely compares, to be honest. Like, this just feels annoying to play straight up. Like, I don't get it, man. How do you fuck up combat so badly when it's so close to, like, being so fluid, and then you just arbitrarily just fuck it up? Unbelievable. Oh yeah, Kina is something I also played somewhat recently. It's easily, from all of these games I have played, it's the best indie game that I have ever played. And I think the what is the second closest indie game? I guess Thymesia, yeah. Thymesia's combat is absolutely stellar. Like, it's really, like, super satisfying. It's on the same level of Sekiro's combat, where you would literally only play the game for the combat and nothing else. It's that good. But the game lacks a lot of substance. Kina I thought of trying. My highlight. Oh yeah, there we go. My thoughts of Kina. Yeah, if you're thinking of playing Kina, if you get the game on sale and the sale is good, just buy it. If you seriously think that you want to try the game and the game is on sale, just buy it. I can guarantee you it's worth your time. Such a nice game. It's even possible, like, if you're interested on, like, 100% achievements on the game, you can even do it on a single playthrough, if you're thorough enough. Like, you don't even have to, like, play several playthroughs of the game, you know? But, the game is so good that you might as well, right? The combat in the game, by the way, I was not expecting anything from the combat of the game, but, like, if you like combat in, like, these types of, like, games, like these Souls-like or action games, like, Kina, when you look at the trailers of the game, like, the combat in the game feels more, or should I say, the game itself feels a lot more like an adventure game, right? It feels like a Pixar adventure game, more so, with incredible animation. But we're gonna get into that a little bit. But the combat in the game is seriously, like, so surprisingly, like, satisfying. Like, it feels nice, and it doesn't feel clunky, like, at all, pretty much. And the range combat in that game, as well as how the environment as well as enemy weak points are used when they work correctly, is is creative and very satisfying add-on to the combat, which is otherwise, like, mostly melee, but then the bow becomes a very core component on how you approach fights in that game. Also, the music in the game is very nice as well. But by far, probably the best thing about that game is the goddamn animation, the art style. Like, that is just on an absolutely other level. Like, from literally all of these games that I have listed here, absolute best animation and screenplay is in this indie game. And none of this is even close. And I really do mean it, by the way. Like, you have to play it if you want to know as to why that is. Like, the animation in the game is literally like you're watching a movie at times. It's really fucking amazing. I cannot recommend it enough. Then what else here? Oh yeah, I actually recently got Hellblade Senua's Saga 2 as well. Like, I literally bought it, I think, the day before I bought it, yeah. On a very good sale. Yeah, that's also something that I'm gonna play as well. But I'm not sure exactly when. I also have both the Horizon games that I have never played. Horizon Zero Dawn, the remaster just came out, so I got the remaster version of the game instead. So Horizon Zero Dawn as well as Horizon Forbidden West, I'm probably gonna play those two at some point. And then I have both the Plague Tale games as well. Those story games, the first one and the second one. And then also Bayonetta. And right now, next time I turn my stream on, it's gonna be either... it's either gonna be me streaming Bayonetta or Horizon Zero Dawn. Like, that's what I'm thinking right now. Like, I originally wanted to get Bayonetta immediately after Stellar Blade, because, you know, looking at the protagonist, it, you know, just fits, you know, one sexy lady after another one, right? But, honestly, I think I waited on Horizon West, Zero Dawn and Forbidden West too long. Like, I've always been intrigued of those two games. Like, everybody, like, it's like, you know what's weird thing about those Horizon games? Like, nobody talks about those games. Nobody, no, like, big streamers seem to play those games actively, or big YouTubers. But, God forbid, every single time when PlayStation is mentioned anywhere, Horizon Zero Dawn is just popped on the screen on every single YouTube video and Sony-sponsored content ever. Horizon 1 or 2. Literally every time. And I'm just as confused as everyone else. As like, do people actually play those two games? Or are they just like promotional material for like Sony to use whenever like they think of like their own like first party games? But no, I mean, surely the games are good, right? I mean, they have to be, right? That's why they keep mentioning them all the time and everywhere you look, right? Even though you don't see like people actually playing the damn game. But yeah. That's where we are standing right now. Zero Dawn is amazing. I hope it is. I don't see literally any reason for those two games not to be good. So, yeah. I've never played any Zelda game, I'm not old enough. I'm not old enough person to have grown up with any of the Nintendo consoles at home or on friend's house or anything. Or I mean, okay, one of my friends had like some old like Nintendo console, but he didn't play the game. Like we basically just played some Smash Bros from time to time, as well as Wii U when that person got that God forbidden console that nobody plays for like any actual games besides the sport games. You should try it. No, I don't think so. I think those Zelda games, I think they are... I think how I see those games, especially some of the older ones, it's kind of like me recommending somebody to play Dark Souls 1. Like somebody who has never played a Souls game asks for like, which Souls-like game should I try first? And then I'm like, play Dark Souls 1. Like, I intentionally don't want to do that. Because like, archaic games like Dark Souls 1, like at the time when they were released, yeah, they were like, you know, fleshed out, I guess you could say, but... Man... A game like that has not aged well, let me tell you. Like, it's just horrendous to go back to something like Dark Souls 1 after you have played games like, you know, even Bloodborne from like fucking late 2014 and Elden Ring's Bloodborns and Lies of Peace and all that. Like, they just play so much nicer. Like, it's literally a night and day difference, you know? And in Dark Souls 1, when you go back to that game, it's like the game wants to kick you in the balls every chance it gets. Like, that's how it feels to play that game. As a first player who has no experience in Souls-like games whatsoever. Just goes into that game, and it's literally just punish, and just... It's just not fun. Unless you just follow somebody's guide or something, or get advice from somebody or co-op or just somebody handholds you and teaches you the basics well or whatever, you know. How do I know this? Like, even... Okay, my first Souls-like game ever was Dark Souls 1. And I didn't have that kind of experience exactly. I had a bad experience for the first, like, several or plethora of hours in the game. Like, I had a pretty mediocre and struggling experience, yes. But that's because I didn't look up any guides, I didn't look at help from anybody. And at the time when, you know, I was playing that game, hardly anybody had any good, like, you know, 2 cents of, like, how that game is supposed to be played. And the only guides you could find was, like, some, like, IGN, like, YouTube guides, like, really old ones that just were ass most of the time anyway. That's basically what you had back then. But nowadays, when you have games like Elden Ring, like, even though, like, the game is, like, significantly less punishing, of course. But, like, in our today's time, in the internet, like, you can get help so damn easily, and recommendations and guides and hand-holding and peer-to-peer, like, how do I say this, help from another person, you know. It's completely different experience nowadays when you have somebody new testing out something that they feel like they may not like first because it might be too punishing or just not for them or whatever. But anyway, I've really been, like, rambling a little too long now, so I actually am gonna go now, so good night.